Hello and welcome once more to my channel, Background Health. On today's episode, I'll be discussing the so-called detoxifying medications. Chances are you have read or seen or have somebody forward to you a message promoting some herbs, some herbal medicine, some natural remedies for cleansing your organs. It may be liver detoxifying, it may be kidney detoxifying, it may be heart detoxifying. Overall, I want to start by telling you that there is no such thing as organ detoxifying medication. If it were so, many doctors would be out of business. In fact, let me start by saying if you have kidney disease or kidney failure, you need to see a kidney specialist, a nephrologist, who will make the proper diagnosis to determine what is causing your kidney failure. Some of the kidney diseases or kidney causes of kidney failure are reversible. And the earlier they detect the cause of your kidney failure, the easier it will be to reverse the cause, stop it. That is the remedy. Of course, at some point, or if you're unlucky to have an irreversible kidney failure, at some point you may wind up needing dialysis or even liver kidney transplant. But before then, you may get medication to help you deal with the complications of kidney failure. But those medications, make no mistake, are not cleansing medications. If you have kidney failure, for instance, and you start to drink some herbal medications, you get some remedies, some roots, the plant, the herbs, or a lot of vitamins, and you put them in your body. Some of them may contain things that are dangerous to your body under a kidney failure condition. Some of them will put too much potassium in your body, too much magnesium in your body. Some of them may make your blood even more acidic than it should be, and therefore endangering you and putting you at risk for sudden death. So, when you have such a condition, see your specialist in that area. Similarly, if you have liver failure, there is so many different causes of that. It may be alcohol, it may be fatty liver disease, it may be hepatitis B or hepatitis C virus, or it may even be something called autoimmune disease. Some may have outright um, liver cancer. In any case, if you are told that you have liver disease, do not rush to start drinking some herbs or taking some supplement without finding out more. What you need to do is ask to be referred to the appropriate specialist in that area, who will then establish the proper diagnosis and therefore prescribe the proper treatment. Some of those treatments will stop the disease from further progression, but there's no herb, there's no supplement that you can take that will just go in, flush out, and clean your liver. Thinking that such a remedy exists simply delays your own care and put you at risk from going from manageable condition to an unmanageable condition. Similarly, some people think you can take certain medication to clean up your coronary artery disease when you have developed heart disease. Not such medicines. If you have heart disease, there are so many different types of heart disease. Some of the most common include something called coronary artery disease, in which case the blood vessel that supply your heart blood is narrowed or blocked. If that is the case, you need to see a cardiologist. You may perform something called angiogram. And if there's evidence of sufficient disease, you may do something called angioplasty, thread a catheter to try to dilate the blood vessel. And they may put in something called stent to keep the blood vessel from further narrowing or clogging off. They may prescribe medication to keep your coronary from having a clot. Sometimes, in extreme cases, you may require open heart surgery, but none of those remedies or intervention constitute an organ cleansing remedy. Now, I want to take you back to where I normally don't go, which is using the religion. I'm not a clergy person, but I want to tell you that even those that are spiritual, that want to avoid modern medicines, the book of Bible or the holy book, Christian holy book, recommend physician and endorses modern medical practice. Where does it say that? In the book of Matthew chapter 9 verse 12, it says those who are well have no need for physician, but those who are sick do. At the same time, when you go to the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 21, or the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 17, it says, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar and to God what belongs to God. What means that there's a time for you to seek modern medical care, and there's a time for you to seek remedies other than that. So if you're well, you can do whatever you want. Be careful. Now, let me take you to one other thing. Remember that even the clergy people, the Pope, for instance, when he is sick, he goes to hospital. He gets various treatment, blood tests, X-ray, and if he needs surgery, he gets surgery. They do not just rely on faith alone. They seek modern medical care. So don't rely exclusively on such supplement or olive oil or some water from some unknown place to heal you. Believe what you believe, that's good. Give to God what belongs to God, but also know that your body physically need to be healed in the most modern, sophisticated way. Thank you and have a nice day. Please share this video. Until next time.